channel. As you know, this is 𝕤𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚. And as I told you, today I'm going to talk to you about the main sensory organ ear. I talked to you about the main sensory organ eye in the previous video. Before watching this video, you may watch that video. Then if you watch that video, you will get a better understanding about this video. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about ear. You know that eye and ear, these two lessons is a combination of grade 9 second lesson. So I suppose that this video will be quite short because it contains a little amount of theory. So I suppose to end this video in a short period of time. So before going to my video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you are guys already, let's go to the video.
The human ear. Model of an ear. In this picture you can see here a model of an ear. So what is called ear? As we know, eye is also considered as one of the main sensory organs. But we talked about eye previously in the previous video. As I told, today we are going to talk about ear. So the main thing that you should know about ear is eye is considered as the main sensory organ like as eye. So ear is very sensitive like as eye, and it is the body part that you should mainly protect to ensure our hearing. And eye is mainly consists of 3 layers: outer ear, middle ear and inner ear. The eye consists of 3 parts: outer ear, middle ear and inner ear. As we know, outer ear consists with, I will tell you the each and every part later, but for your extra knowledge, I would like to tell you what are the parts that includes in each layer or part, in layers. So when talking about outer ear, the parts that consist in this is pinna, external auditory canal and tympanic membrane. These 3 parts are consisted in outer ear. And in middle ear, there are 2 parts, oculus and eustachian tube. And in inner ear, there are mainly 3 parts, cochlea, auditory nerve and semicircular canal. So I will discuss each and every part later. So until then, let's go with this. So you can see here, this is middle ear, this is inner ear, this is outer ear. So you can see in this picture, these 3 layers are categorized. And parts of ear. Our ear is mainly consist with 9 parts. So I have written each and every part in here. First one is pinna or earlobe. These 2 names are similar. Second one is external auditory canal. And the third one is tympanic membranes. Fourth one is oculus. Fifth one is eustachian tube. Fifth one is cochlea. Sixth one is auditory nerve, and the last one is semicircular canal. So these are the parts of an ear. In this picture you can observe all these parts. So you can see here, this is the earlobe, or it is called known as pinna. You don't know about this part. And here you can see auditory canal, and this is what is called tympanic membranes. It is the main part that vibrates the sound, and it has to get the sound and enter the sound into the brain by using eustachian tube. We will talk it about later. And path of sounds toward brains. As everything in the world, there's a path for the sound to the brain as well. As we all know, the starting point of this sound is our pinna or earlobe. And the destination of this sound is our brain. So, from the starting point to the destination point or the ending point, there should be a path and there should be some barriers that the sound should face. So now we are going to talk about what are the paths of this sound towards the brain. So you can see here, when the sound enters, it mainly goes to the pinna, or it is 𝕤𝕠𝕟'𝕥. The function of pinna or earlobe is to gather all the sound and insert it into the auditory canal. The sound enters and it may firstly go to the pinna, and pinna insert it to the auditory canal, and the function of auditory canal is to push the pressure into tympanic membrane, and after going to the tympanic membrane it goes to oscillus. While when the sound is received by oscillus, it pushes the pressure into semicircular canal. When semicircular canal receives the sound or the pressure, it transferred that sound into cochlea. And after cochlea received that pressure, it pushes that pressure into auditory nerve. And finally, after the auditory nerve, it mainly pushes it into the brain by using eustachian tube. And the function of each part. As I told, now I am going to talk to you about each and every part in the ear. So when talking about, this is pinna or earlobe. It is the main external part that we can observe throughout the ear. So this is externally visible to our naked eye. And the function of the pinna is, it is made by cartilage. We know that ear has no any bones. Ear is mainly constituted with cartilages. So as it is common for the pinna or earlobe as well. So pinna is made up with cartilages, and it helps to direct the sound towards the auditory canal. As I told, it is the place where we gather all the sound and direct it towards the auditory canal. And the outer external ear, or we known as external auditory canal. The function of the external auditory canal is to send the sound wave towards the tympanic membranes. The function of this external auditory canal is to send the sound wave towards the tympanic membranes. And let's talk about what is tympanic membranes. You can see here the tympanic membranes. As I told previously, this is the place where we vibrate. Now we all know that sound is generated by vibration. So this is the place where sound is produced. This is the place vibrates occur, and due to this vibration sound is occurred, and this vibration causes a sound, and this sound is carried out to the brain by using eustachian tube. So the function of the tympanic membrane is, it vibrates according to the sound wave. When the sound wave inserts the ear to the external auditory canal, function of external auditory canal, as I told, it sends the sound wave to the tympanic membrane. The function of the tympanic membrane is to vibrate according to that sound wave and pushes that sound into oscillus. So now we are going to talk about what is meant by this oscillus. Function of oscillus. It consists with three parts. As I told, oscillus consists with three parts. First one is malleus, incus, and steps. You can see here all the three parts here, and it helps to vibrate the cochlea. So the main function of oscillus is to vibrate the cochlea. And let's talk about what is eustachian tube. We will talk about what is cochlea later. And eustachian tube. You can see here, this is the eustachian tube, and after the tympanic membrane, after the oscillus, and after the sound is produced, it mainly directed to the brain by using the eustachian tube. So what is the function of the eustachian tube? It is open to the pharynx. We all know what is pharynx, and it is an open place for pharynx. It controls the air pressure inside the ear, and it is the place where controls the air pressure inside the ear. And without eustachian tube, we can't control the pressure inside the ear. So now we are going to talk about what is semicircular canal. Semicircular canal helps to maintain balance of the body. without semicircular canal, we can't even stand properly. That's why we need a semicircular canal. Where the main reason for someone to get paralyzed is the absence of the semicircular canal, or some defects cause the semicircular canal. So without semicircular canal, we can't even stand at least. So it is very essential to protect each and every part in our inside the ear. So the function of the semicircular canal is there are three parts in semicircular canal. They all are perpendicular to each other. You can see here there's an angle inside here, and the the space between this is 90 degrees. So each and every angle is perpendicular to each other. And let's talk about what is cochlea? You can see here cochlea. As I told, the function of the oscillus is to help to vibrate cochlea. So in that occasion, we want to know what is cochlea. So now it is time to learn what is cochlea. Cochlea is the inner part of the inner ear. Cochlea is the innermost part in the inner ear. So as I told, cochlea is a part in the inner ear. I told you two parts that contains to inner ear. One of them is cochlea. So the cochlea is the innermost part in the inner ear. So, and it involves for hearing its spiral shape and cavity. It gets vibrate according to the sound. At last, we are going to talk about what is auditory canal. What is mean by auditory canal? You can see here auditory canal. The function of the auditory canal is it takes the auditory sense from cochlea and sends it to the relevant part of the brain. In here, no relevant part is mentioned, but it says that the auditory canal sends the auditory sense towards the relevant part of the brain. So let's move on. Functions of parts of ear. Now we all have a good knowledge about each and every part that present in our ear. So as I told, ear is categorized into mainly three parts. First one is outer ear, second one is middle ear, and the third one is inner ear. So the outer ear, the main part of the outer ear is pinna or earlobe. I told that both these names are similar. So the function of the pinna or the earlobe, it means information about this is a cartilaginous organ directs sound waves towards the auditory canal. It is a very similar to the thing that I told earlier with the picture description. So now I'm going to read continuously because you have got a good knowledge each and every part in the ear. So pinna and earlobe, a cartilaginous organ, direct sound waves towards the auditory canal. As I told, there's no bones are present in the ear. It mainly constitutes the cartilages. So pinna or earlobe is a cartilaginous organ, direct sound wave towards the auditory canal. External auditory canal direct the sound to tympanic membrane. And the function of tympanic membrane is vibrate its response to the sound wave and acquires the auditory senses. Middle ear consists with oscillus, three bones named malleus, incus, and steps, as I told, and transmits sound related to vibration in the cochlea. Now we know what is meant by cochlea. So, eustachian tube, an open tube connected to pharynx. As I told, it is an open place to pharynx, controls the pressure on either sides of tympanic membrane. And inner ear, the first one is cochlea. The nerve endings of the auditory nerve is connected to the cochlea, transmit auditory senses to the auditory nerve. And second part in the inner ear is auditory nerve. Take auditory senses to the relevant part of the brain. The sound is interpreted by the relevant part of the brain. And when talking about semicircular canals, contribute to maintain the balance of the body. And let's move on. So defects of ear. every sensory organ has its defects. So in the defects of ear means the problems that we take from our ear or that we carry from our birth. So the definition for defects of ear is the problems of ear from birth is called defects of ear. Here I have done a mistake, sorry for that. And some of them are hardening of the ocelus, damage in the hearing, high thickness of tympanic membrane, and deafness. And how to protect our ear? There are mainly 5 steps that we should do to protect our ear. So I think here you can see the picture, and let's read each sentence. Avoid inserting foreign objects into the ear. What are the foreign objects? Such as cotton buds, such as pins, and that foreign objects must not be inserted to the ear. And the other one is refrain exposing to loud noises. We should not expose into loud noises as it causes for the tympanic membranes to expose or exploit. It gets a reason for the tympanic membranes to get exploited. And do not put any medicine for the ear without medical advice. I told it in the ear as well. We should not put any medicines according to the others' advices without any doctor's prescriptions or doctor's advice. And avoid diving in deep waters without wearing safety equipment. We should not dive in deep waters without wearing equipment as the pressure in the water is very high. And avoid slapping on the ear and bragging by the ear lobe. We should not slap onto our ear and we should not brag by the ear lobe.
Let's grab a good knowledge about the sensory organ ear. So we will meet you in the next video about grade 9, the 3rd chapter, properties of matter. So don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and don't forget to ask any question that you have, and let's meet you with another video. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Goodbye.